So you want to know about Clash of Wills, do ya? I'm here to tell ya, possibly, in complete form of a guide for Clash of Wills for beginners. For anyone who's just starting out, wants to know what Clash of Wills is about, this video is for you. So, first of all, you need a team of Neovisions in order to advance in a higher ranking, but that's not here or there right now. You're a beginner in the game. You probably don't even know what a Neovision really is, but you want to do this event. So your real goal right now is to even complete even one level. If you can go in here, if you've been playing for a few weeks and you can come in here and beat them even at the lowest level, you've already got a big W. If you can go down here and like even be up to 9, or if you can go up to here and beat any of these, you'd be already pretty good set. And what I mean by that is there are boss levels and there are also challenge options for you in Clash of Wills. Now, if you've played, and this is not a direct correlation or comparison, but it's similar. If you play Dokkan Battle, the burst mode, or if you play Arc Knights, they have a similar thing like this where you can choose a harder difficulty, put more things in, make it a little harder for you. Now, as a beginner, you don't care about that. So don't get too confused about seeing all these options here for you. As a beginner, you can just completely ignore that this challenge option even exists. All you care about right now is beating everything here. Beating all these levels, and by the way, you don't have to beat every single level. I thought when I first started playing Clash of Wills, I had to beat every single level. No, you can skip it's like 20 levels or something. So you start like around level 20 something, and then you can go up to level 40, and then it'll go up and up. So you don't have to beat every single level one at a time, because you only have 10 orbs per recharge. They come out, they recharge just like how raid orbs comes back and arena orbs come back. They come back eventually. So what I'm trying to say is getting to level 99 is what you'd like to see, but as a new player, you're probably not going to be able to beat 99. As a new player, you probably only have a few EX1 characters, and you're not going to be that real powerful unless you got lucky. Unless you got lucky and you saved your Lapis type, I'm telling you guys to. And so yeah. So getting to boss level 99, you may or may not do it. But in the meantime, you have your team, and there's no friend units, so you have to bring 6 characters, and Esper units are highly advised to obtain and get. So as long as you have some Espers, they're good. Don't let anyone come in here without an Esper equipped of some kind, because you want that. So this is my team for this Clash of Wills that I got rank 1 in, but it's not important. What is important is getting to the 99 boss level, and along the way you'll be getting some items. Now they vary in difficulty. You can click on this and you can see. And now, as a new player, you might say, "Oh wow, it says rare here. That must be really good, right?" Ascension Pearls are actually the least valuable rare that you can possibly get in this event here, because you can get those very easily. They're like pennies. If you live in the U.S., it's like getting a penny. It's not very rare, is it? Pretty much like that. Rare tickets, however, rare summon tickets are valuable, and you probably want to pick that, or you want to pick the green ones, which, there's no difference between a green one and a regular summon ticket nowadays, but at least it feels nicer to get them, I guess, right? And getting into the Echelon 5, which some of you may not see, but there really isn't that much of a difference between Echelon 4 and Echelon 5, so if you can at least get to Echelon 4, you have a chance of getting a guaranteed ticket here. So what I would really recommend getting, because the Lapis is not that much. I think, do I have one here? Okay, I didn't do Lapis at all. And if you're wondering about this lock thing, you have to pay in order to get that 4th one. It's not worth it. Because the rewards here are not really that worth it. It's not that crazy. The reward really is from the rewards here. You're getting quite a lot here, even if you don't pay. And the ranking rewards, of course, you don't have to worry about that. As a new player, you shouldn't worry about this at all. Don't even click on the ranking rewards. Remember, this is your whole mission here. After you've done watching this video, your main mission for the next few months is to beat the boss level 99, and continue to beat him over and over and over. Do not worry about getting rank 1. Because it's probably not going to happen if you're a new player. If you're only playing for a few weeks or maybe a few months, even a few months, you might not be able to do it because what we talk about at the end of the video, but you may not be able to get a rank 1 for quite a while. But the rewards here are especially for new players. Look at all this. You get cactuars, you get turtles. Now, as a veteran, I don't care about any of this, but as a new player, summon tickets. And we'll be talking about these drops here, these weird drop things here pretty soon. But you get pots. Like there's some pretty good stuff in here. You get there is a lot of stuff you get from raids. You can get from this stuff, but there are a lot of good stuff in here. Some STMR tickets that you can exchange to get exchange 90 of those to get a STMR removal 100%, which is very nice. And you're getting quite a few of them already. So if you do several Clash of Wills and you're able to beat them all at level 99, you're gonna get quite a lot in here, guys. You're getting quite a lot of summon STMR. I keep saying summon tickets because summon tickets are on my mind, but these tickets here. And the 99, by the way, if it's nothing special. If you're a new player and you're wondering, oh wow, look at this level 99 reward. It's just this thing in the corner. That's all it is. Just it displays for people to see. It doesn't offer you anything in terms of gameplay at all. So if you can't beat 99, don't go like this. You know, it's not that big of a deal. If you can beat 98, you get 98. You get 5 burst pots, which is quite nice. King burst pots. So the rewards here are varying and very good. And like I said, you don't have to beat every single level 1 at a time because that would take way too long. You can skip. Oh, it actually highlights it for you. So it even makes it even easier for new players to understand what that means, what I'm saying. So you start, I think by default, it starts you at 20, somewhere around here. And then you can go up to 35 and then 45, 55. It actually goes up a little higher than that, but these are the rewards you do want to aim for. And so, yeah. And by the way, if you're a new player and you are able to get to at least 93, 94, 95, 94 is where it starts getting, it starts getting like really hard. We have to actually start trying for newer players. And now let's look at the shop. Oh, there's a button here for a shop. That's pretty convenient. Oh, that's not the shop we want. So you saw those weird drop things. So you want to click on shop and then click on Clash of Wills Exchange Shop for all these things here, which is very confusing as a new player. I can't believe they still have it like this and not really explain it that well. But this is very confusing for new players, which we'll be talking about very soon. But I want to go into the easier part, units and other things. So as a new player, this must look like you must be drooling. A free Neo Vision unit if I can get 3,000 of this stuff. And by the way, very quickly before we continue, these drops expire. These expire. So this hydro version of these Nixius drops are going to expire at the end of the season. So you guys want to make sure you go and do that. And they've actually, quality of life change. They've actually added in an expiration date left on the stuff here. So you have 15 days left as of this video that these hydro are going to expire. And as a veteran, of course, I have all of these, so I don't need them. But as a new player, you might want to pick up Fledgling Warrior. You might want to pick up Frostblade Fravia. The rest, I mean, Louise, I guess, kind of. But you kind of want to pick up these. Priest's Vengeance and Priestess's Vengeance. Very nice. And then if you have leftover points, you can get some tickets. And you can get a Mr. Crystal, which, as you see, all I got. So that couldn't be such a bad thing if I got it, right? And now, let's talk about these items here. So if you get enough of these Xenostone shards, you're able to get enough to get these Clash of Wills items that you see everybody having, that everybody's talking about. And what I would prefer to get first, there's a lot of them. I see that. I know that's very confusing as a new player, but I would focus on getting the Magisters. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. This, you can see what the word is. I can't pronounce that. Esoterica, maybe. To get the Magisters thing, and then you want to move over to the next one, and you want to go over down here, and you want to go ahead and get the Magisters Esther, yeah, that word. And then don't worry about the plus version right now because you won't have enough currency for that probably for a while. And I would skip the circlet for right now because it's not really. I mean, they're one of the circle upgrades is good, but as a new player, you probably shouldn't worry about that. Probably should focus on getting the ring, in my opinion. I think the ring is pretty good. I think the vest is kind of like the last, and hopefully they improve this pretty soon. I think the vest is like the least valuable one. It's kind of just like, it's a nice one to have. And so, with all that being said, we still have a lot more to talk about in terms of Clash of Wills. Now we're going to get into some more juicy stuff here with morale and how morale works and things like that. I know we're kind of going all over the place. There's no script or structure here, guys. I'm just trying to be as in depth as possible with every single particular thing. So, how morale works? It's kind of there's a green line, and then there's a gray line in terms of how morale works. So the gray line is some things like Pure Lotus or Philosopher's Stone Seeker, which most of you guys probably won't have as a new player because that's a 5-star TMR of a limited time unit. So you're probably not going to see that. But Pure Lotus, I'm going to go ahead and stack up on those. That is Lotus Mage Fina's STMR. It is actually quite good in Clash of Wills. And there's a lot of other items that maybe I can show you here. Well, there's like, see, Pure Lotus, Philosopher's Stone Seeker. Those, it's a gray line because it's never. I don't know if it's actually specified that it will do this, but it will help you out in terms of getting morale. And what morale does, the more you have, the more damage some of your characters are gonna do. Do we have some of them in the party? Yeah, we do actually. So let's take for example Ibarra. She was on. I think she was on a banner recently, and so certain characters will have certain morale-based, scaling abilities. So the more morale you'll have, the more damage you're gonna do. So for example, Ibarra does more damage by 5% above 100% morale. So pretty much all the morale abilities will be above 100%. So that's where you want to aim. If you're a new player, you probably don't even care about morale right now because you just want to be 99, or as far as you can go. But when you want to do rank 1 clears, you have to care about morale. You need to get that 200% to be able to do the maximum damage possible. And so, as a new player, you want to at least get over 100% to be able to at least deal some damage here. So, most characters now there is a asterisk with that. Most characters will do more and offer more when you're over 100% or more than that. There are some characters that now they haven't done this in a while, but there are some characters that actually do some things when you're below 100% morale. But that's kind of a niche, and it's more like a comeback mechanic. Like it's not called that, but I'm calling it that. It's like Maeve. I can't say her name apparently, but the tank, the magic and physical tank, she has some things if you're below a certain morale range, and there's some other characters that do that as well. And then there's some characters that completely could become a new character once you get up to over a certain morale, which is the New Vision Kaito. He's probably the best example. After a certain amount of percentage of morale you obtain, he becomes a completely new character, and he's super amazing, super awesome. And without that, he's just a pretty good raker. But when you get that higher percentage morale, he's very, very good. All right, so there are some characters that will allow you to be able to increase your morale, and there are certain abilities and characters that are based on building morale. So we also have. Let's just take for example the new Ibarra. She has some abilities that allow you to get morale, and it says generation, regeneration, or restoration. It's gaining more. You're gaining morale. Don't get confused. You're not getting healed, or the morale doesn't need to be healed. I guess technically maybe it does, but so there are certain cooldowns and there's certain abilities that allow you to obtain morale, and that's quite a good thing. So you want to base your whole team around getting morale. For the most part. On Brave Shift units specifically, let's see if I have some in here. She's not a Brave Shift unit, but she's not either. For example, this, on Ibarra's base form, she's all about generating morale. But the Peppermint Rod is very good. That's a limited time STMR, but there is a non-limited time rod that will allow you to generate morale based on how many allies you have active on your field. And Treasure Memorial Ring is also very good. Unfortunately, it's a limited time thing, so maybe it'll come back. I hope it does, or at least they make a 7th one for that, because it's quite good as well. I think that's quite valuable. And so, yeah, getting as much morale as possible is very nice for you guys. You want to go ahead and try to do that as much as possible. Now, I can't really talk too much about how to beat the bosses, because there's always going to be a new boss for every time of Clash of Wills. It's similar to Dark Visions, where there will always be a final boss that's different. So I can't make a particular guide for you guys in terms of how to beat X and O and how to beat this boss and how to beat that boss, because it's going to change. By the time you watch this video, there may have been already another season, and I can't comment on that yet, obviously. So what you really want to focus on, for example, since this guy is Demon and Human, which is actually kind of easy to gear for in most cases. If you're a new player, Demon and Human are some among the most easiest races to find gear for. But let's say, for example, it's not as easy. Let's say this boss is Insect and Aquatic, or let's say it's Avian and Aquatic. That is pretty tough, and in that situation, you want to gear all of your characters for one killer. Because at least if you can gear them for one killer, but all of them are at 300%, then at least you have some capability of being able to deal damage against the level 99 boss. If you can't do it against, if you can't get both of them at 300%, which is the max cap for killers, then you want to go ahead and at least focus for one of them, in particular. Not because you don't want to do like 125% for one and then like 250 for the other side. You want to focus 300% for one or the other, and that means you'll be doing, at least you'll be doing some more damage there. So with that being said, I think we're near the end. Let's talk about EX levels. Now this is something a little more advanced. This is something you want to look back on in a few months when you'll come back to this video and look at it again, because I remember I used to do that in videos and things of the past. I would like save it and come back when I'm better at the game and things like that. This is the part of that video. So I mean, a few months have passed. You've beaten level 99 over and over. You're like, Deus, I've beaten the level 99 boss for several bosses in a row now. I think I'm pretty good now. Now what do I need to advance to get higher score and things like that? So see that 0 out of 16 there? That's where you want to. Well, actually, I think it's 15. Is it 15? I don't know if it's 15 or 16. Let's find out. So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to get, in order to get rank 1 or at least get a higher score, you need to have most of these or all of these highlighted. So it actually is 16 out of 16. So what 16 out of 16 means is you have to have a certain amount of EX levels. So those green stars there that are highlighted, not all of them need to be all highlighted, all the characters, but a lot of them do. And unfortunately, this is the evil or bad part of Clash Wheels. It's not as fun. Is that you need to have a lot of EX2 plus EX3 characters, and for new players, you're probably not going to be having that, or you'll have them, but you won't have them on very good characters. No offense to those characters, but there are a lot of bad characters out there, units out there that are just not very valuable anymore, but you'll probably pull a lot of them in the free pulls and EX tickets and things that you won't want, and unfortunately you're stuck with them, unlike getting better characters. But that's not here or there. But you need to be 350% as of this video to get rank 1. But like I said, this is something more advanced, but you need to have more EX levels, which is a lot of people are not going to have, and I hate to say that. I want people to enjoy to get getting higher ranks and things, but unfortunately this is the biggest hurdle or blockage for a lot of players. You're not going to see the spread that I have for the most part, unless you get super lucky or you're spending money. And honestly, I can't tell you to spend money or not, but a lot of banners recently have been pretty expensive, so I would just choose wisely what banners you're going to pull on. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I think I've covered pretty much everything I need to cover. And if you need any more help or anything more particular, it actually does. There are some things in here that tell you, in particular this boss. If you are just someone who just doesn't look at social media, doesn't look at the wiki, actually there's a lot of information in here that it'll tell you what the boss does and things like that, and how to play. I mean, does it really? Let's review this very quickly. It actually does kind of give it a small. Is that it? Actually, now I understand why people want more guides, because I thought there was more pages than this. This is almost nothing. Gumi, you need to pick up the slack on this. Look at this. Only 2 pages. I think my guide was a lot better. I talked about the shop, because you may not even know about the shop. Talked about EX levels, talked about party composition, needing EX levels for that. Gearing, how to get morale skills, what morale skills are, things like that. I talked about a whole bunch more than that, and this is all you get as a new player. How to play in 2 pages. That should be like 6 or 7 pages There should be like 6 or 7 pages in there, but unfortunately that's looking like that's all it's gonna be. Is this any different? Oh, okay, there's a little something a little different, but honestly, I see why you guys need a I see why you guys need a video. But alright, that's gonna be it for this video. If you got any questions at all, do not hesitate to ask in the comment section down below. I seriously mean it. I may have missed something. I try to go in depth as much as possible on every single subject I think I would care about if I was a new player. But there may be something that you may still be confused about. So I want to see you in the comment section. I want to see you asking questions if you need them. If you don't, if I answered everything, that's cool too. But if you have a question at all, do not be afraid to ask. I will respond. I will see it eventually. I promise you. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Very long video, but I appreciate you hanging in there. If you watch all the way to the very end, type in hashtag Clash of Wills. Easy. Hashtag Clash of Wills for the end of the video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you. I hope this helped you out. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.